Morning, Eric. So it's just you and me, buddy. This is nothing. It's just going to be me tinkering, talking, whatever you guys want to talk about, or whatever you and I want to talk about. Let me see if I can adjust this camera angle a little bit better. Hope you're doing good, Eric. Are you working today? You driving? Let's see. Oh, wrong way. See my new flag? Ooh. I wonder if I could move. Is that better? That might be better. Well, that's a bummer. But you're making that slot car money. That's all that matters, Eric. Got to make that slot car money. And now, of course, somebody wants to call right when I'm doing this, but they can just wait. Hey, afternoon, Mark. Like I said, this is nothing fancy. The newest car came in for the challenge, so I thought I ought to fool with it and get to know it a little bit. I'm not going to do any timing with it today or anything. Yeah, I know you've been on a BRM kick there, Eric. Poor Daihi and his wife have got you jumping for those BRMs. I get it. I actually got out my one and only 124 car today. I got my TTS. Yeah, right. The DNA family, man. I've been talking with Daihi all morning, and Slot R. We've been talking about these cars. I have a TTS, which is an early TTS, which is basically a BRM. So, I think Dave might pop in. He wants to see it run, so I thought I'd get it out so he could see it go. They actually run really good. Pretty cool little cars. We'll see if they pop in. I know they're busy. It's late there for Dave. Well, it's not late. It's like, 6 o'clock in the evening for Dave. In fact, let me see if I can. So, yeah. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Thanks for popping in. Mark, no. Well, yes. Where my connection is here. I wired it with using the slot car corner wiring diagram, which is available for free. Just go look at Slot Car Corner's website, and the diagram is on there. It's very simple. I'm wired directly to the track rails. I bypassed. This is the connection track, the old Rebelle, but I just removed all the wiring that's in it from the factory and rewired it myself. It's very simple. I'm electrically challenged, to say the least, but following that quick little diagram. It's very simple. Connect the wires to each one and boom, boom. So yeah, it's not hard. So why do I not want a pod? Well, I'll tell you what. A lot of my cars do have pods, Eric. I have the car I sent into the Mark Thomas NASCAR. That was a podded car. My little Volkswagen I built is a podded car. The car that I sent in for the Showdown, my sportsman class car at Harry's, that is, well, it's technically not a podded car, but it is a rattle chassis, which isolates the body from the chassis. So technically it's kind of a podded car. So I personally like the podded cars. Every one I've built performs better than just the straight chassis. Hey, Pete. Thanks for popping in, man. Nothing fancy here. We're just fooling around. Oh, no reason to feel that way, Eric. I honestly, when I first started fooling around with this stuff years ago, I just started looking at pictures of other people's chassis and copied them, just blatant, flat out copied them. And after a while, you come up with your own style, I guess. But yeah, it's really not that hard to isolate the motor pod from the rest of the chassis. It's pretty simple. But yeah, you should just try it. I mean, eyeball engineering. It's not hard. I don't know if those of you that follow along on my Facebook page or on the Home Racing World Facebook page know that the newest contender came in. Exactly, Mark. I totally agree. Mark Thomas built his car for the challenge, and there you go, right there, Eric. It's just a straight chassis. It's just wire, motor bracket. I'm sorry, there's no pod, and it's very simple. But yet, this car is a screamer. Right, Jeff. Yeah. Again, copy somebody else's so you get the feel and you get the understanding of what you're doing, of why you're doing it, why you're isolating the pod, and then once you see it in action, then you can go, aha, and you might just figure out a different way to hinge it or attach it or whatever, and then it becomes your own. That's pretty much what I've done. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate that. But yeah, this is Mark's car, and good grief, this thing it's wicked. I will say, I haven't really officially timed it, but I took it out of the box and ran a few laps, and I was like, oh my God. So I set up the timer this morning, and right out of the gate, the second time I ran this car, it went 2.4. So I think once I get used to it and get it dialed in, it's going to probably come out on top here. Oh, thank you, Mark Corman. Appreciate it. Yes, it does scream. And yeah, Jeff, it does. It seems if you push it a little hard in the corner, it's a bit tippy. But I think it's just a function of it's very narrow and it doesn't have really wide tires. So I'm just going to have to be careful in the corners. But I think it's a ripper for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be a ripper. Hey, Bo. Yes, sir. Let's hang out. That's what we're here for. I had some time this morning before I got to go pick up the boy, and I figured, why not? Let's get going. Let's do something here. Whoop! There you go. See, pushed it a little hard. Mr. Ford. Hey, how you doing, Marty? Taking a break from angry phone calls. Oh, hey, boss. I thought you were busy today. I thought you had company. We're just bullshitting, boss, and running Mark's car. Oh, Dahi, I didn't see you pop in. Hey, man. Hell, the gang's all here. All we need is Dave now. And George. George is at work, though. We won't be seeing him today. Some of us got to make a living. Anybody else playing with slot cars today? I know it's the middle of the day on a Thursday, so probably not too many of us fooling around with cars in the middle of the day. Well, you guys will get to see. In fact, I got to do one little thing to it first before we pop this baby on the track. I know for a fact this is going to ground, so I need to shorten this up. There we go. You guys get to see the world premiere of my newest hot rod, the 34 Ford Victoria. You get to see her run first. This is its first plop down on the track here. So let's see how it goes. Oh, look at that. Ooh, tires need some. I'd say the tires need a serious muck in there. Let me grab a piece of sandpaper. Yeah, things take time, Pete. They do, and especially if you're particular about the way things look, then yeah, things take time. It's all worth it in the end, though. Yeah, the Whip It car, no kidding. I'm gonna go get a piece of sandpaper and straighten out those crappy Carrera tires that are on it. Again, if you guys follow me at all, you know this car is built out of old Carrera parts. It's the Devo car. No way, well, man, no magnets. You know me better than that. Oh, that looks better already. Let's see how that goes. That's better. That's much better. Of course, it won't last long. So there you guys go. You guys saw it first. The newest shotgun creation, you got to see it run first. Wow, that's pretty darn good. It is. Yes, it is, Eric. Here, I'll show you guys what it is underneath. It's a brass chassis. I know my lighting sucks here. I gotta get with it. Brass chassis, and everything else is Carrera parts. Carrera axles, Carrera wheels, Carrera bushings, Carrera tires. The only thing not Carrera is the motor. As you can see, is a slotted orange end bell. Way too much motor. But again, I was just using junkyard parts, stuff I had in a junk drawer to make this car with. So runs pretty good for a junkyard car. Kind of like it. I think Sasha would like this car, Daddy. It's quite the drifter. Hot Eroticus Supersonicus. Yes, sir, boss. Yeah, Eric, you're absolutely right. And that's what I do. I don't want to throw stuff away. You know, in this day and age, shit costs a lot of money. So I scored a whole bunch of those axle sets from a friend, and I had a box of them. So I've just been using them to build cars with. Why not? It's not like I'm building race cars. These are just fun cruise around cars. So Chinese crap. That's right, Bo. But you know what? For our purposes, Chinese crap works just fine. Scratch build a light. I know, Jeff. I'm sorry. I need to get some lighting in here. The only light we have is it's just the dining room light right above the table here, and it's horrible. I got to do something about this so you guys can see what the hell is going on. Yeah, but she runs good though. The only real noise is the guy quickly clacking. Thanks, Dai. Yeah, lighting. That's gonna be. I need better lighting, and I gotta get a better camera. So I can present things a little bit better. I just got this crappy $30 Amazon webcam. That's all I use, and it's better than the camera on the computer, of course. But yeah, I need to step it up a little bit. But my slot car dollars, I don't get a lot of them. So rather than waste it on, not waste, but spend it on equipment like that, I'd rather spend it on slot car equipment. Yeah, that thing runs good, man. I like it. Even with the Carrera tires. I'll replace the tires. I actually made a mold of these tires. I can cast my own. I just need to cast a set for this car. I wonder why that. Let's see if we can. I wonder if we got. Yeah, it's probably a little bit of the. Oh yeah, there we go. Let me do this. Take the guide down just a little. I used a Revaslot guide. I like these Revaslot guides. They're so tiny. Okay, let's see if that took care of some of the clicky and clack. Yeah, a little bit, not really. Could be the angle of the guide as well. Yeah, she runs good for a hot rod. Thanks for stopping in, Pete. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, Elvis was a huge stock car fan. I knew that, and he actually used Revell track. I knew that too. See, the King used it. It can't be wrong, right? Yeah, that car works great. Hey, Rob. Thanks for popping in, man. Shotgun, the King Dave. I don't know about the King, Eric. Wise men say only fools don't play with slot cars. How's that? Oh boy. You didn't think you were going to get any Elvis impersonations today, did you? Hunka hunka burning rubber, baby. Hey, don't tempt me, Eric. Shotgun has left the track. I hope not. I don't want it to leave the track, Jeff. Yeah, sure. That's it. Man, we have scratch building royalty amongst us right here with Swift Slots. Hey, Rob, how's it going, man? Don't do that, wild man. Triple dog dare you. Man, that little sucker runs good. That's a good one, Bo. I like that one. Yeah. You know what? Speaking of Elvis, have you guys seen the videos on YouTube of the guy from England who has Tourette's, and he'll sing an Elvis song, and then his Tourette's kicks in? If you haven't seen that, look it up. Oh my God, it is hilarious. Damn it, boys. This little hot rod kicks butt. Quite pleased with it. That's right, Eric. That is right. Christmas story. A slight breach of etiquette, and we went straight to the triple dog dare. Yeah, you'll enjoy it, Bo. Yep, I saw that too, Marty. Yeah, it was just recent too. He had the gentleman who owns the Elva from the movie. Yep, you're right. And it's a really good movie or a really good video. You should check. Everybody should check it out. And the car is like original. It hasn't been restored or anything. It's just been preserved. And man, it's cool. I think they even drive it, don't they, Marty? I think they even take it out on the airport there where Leno's place is and drive the car. Pretty damn cool. Yeah, it's really good, Eric and Bo. You got to check it out. Very good. Thanks for bringing that up, Marty. That's a good one. Sorry, guys. I hope I'm not boring you. I'm just fucking around with this car. Like I said, I just finished it the other day, and I never even put that thing on track. So it's actually not bad. Isn't that funny how that works out? I don't know if you guys ever get this or not either, but you plan and you do all these things and you build a car or tune a car or whatever. You put it on the track and it runs like crap. And then you do something like this where it's basically from the junk box, a bunch of parts scrapped together to make a car, and the damn thing runs great. No rhyme or reason to any of it. No rhyme or reason to any of it. She drifts good. She does like this corner. Absolutely, Eric. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it. It's so damn dark in here. And let me see it. Let me turn on this other light over here. It might help, but probably won't. There we go. Here, I'll just stand right here. Can you guys see that? I don't know if he's coming through or not. But yeah, 34 Ford Victoria. Runs pretty good. Oh, that's something I should probably talk about. I don't know. Can you guys, man, I hope I'm getting it in here. Can you see how shiny the paint is? I mean, super gloss, right? I've been experimenting with the new clear coat. It's a 2K urethane clear. Thanks, Shaggy. Hey, there's Jack. How's it going, brother? Yeah, I'm sorry, Jack. I suck. My lighting sucks. I got to rectify that. But yeah, if you guys, any of you guys who are painting, you know, there's this 2K urethane clear. Holy mackerel! Now you got to be careful with it because it's the same kind of clear that automotive, you know, that I used for 30 years painting cars. high in isocyanates and it's not good to breathe, you should wear a mask. But it's worth the effort. Yeah, you know what though, Jeff? It is hot, but like on this car, the firewall is a decal, and it did not touch the decal at all. It did not affect it. All right, you guys are making me feel guilty. I got to figure out some lighting for the next deal here. I'll figure something out. I'll get something going. Yes, a proper mask, Rob. You're absolutely right. Because isocyanates are nothing to fool with. But again, you know, if you really want super, do you use any 2K stuff, Rob? Any of the two-part urethane catalyzed stuff? Do you use any of it? Yeah, you don't want to really light a candle. Oh, do you like it, Rob? The Base Coat waterborne, Jeff. It's just you know, a crappy Walmart you know, craft paint. Yeah, I figured you would, Rob. Like I said, you know, I spent my entire career painting cars and airplanes for 40 years, close to. And yeah, you can't beat it. The urethane, you just can't. Thrift store desk lamp. I have a desk lamp, Jack, and I used it once, and it's more of just a spotlight. It just, you know, a couple of days, Jeff. I painted it, and then I was doing other things, so I let the body sit and dry. I let all the moisture get out of it. Normally, you could, if you wanted to, you could use your dehydrator, put the body in the dehydrator to accelerate it, to accelerate the dry time. But that cannot go in a dehydrator because the body is made of resin. It'll literally melt. Oh, really, Rob? Is Mr. Color stuff available over here? I see in your videos that you use a lot of it, and I really like the way it looks, but I don't know if that's available here. Hello, Mr. Barker. Thanks for popping in, man. Yeah, no polls, Jack. I know, Jeff. I agree with you 100%, Jeff. But my dehydrator doesn't get used. It hasn't been used in a long time, so I decided to give it a try with on my land barge, and man, sure sped up my work time. Well, that's okay, Rob. Airbrush only is good. Really, that's how we do it. I mean, but I understand what you mean. It's not for like painting figures and things like that. But can we get that stuff here, Rob? Can we get Mr. Color stuff here? I mean, really, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if it's good, I'll order it. The clear coat that I have, unbeknownst to me, I did not look when I ordered it. I actually ordered that stuff from Australia. SRS. Have you heard of that stuff, Rob? No, you haven't heard of that. I'd never heard of it either. I was just looking for a different route. I was tired of using lacquer, and I don't want to use enamel at all. I don't know how anybody paints their models with enamel, or why you even would in this day and age. It takes way too long for that stuff to dry. But anyways, I'm off. I go off on a tangent there. I wanted to try some kind of 2K, and that there's that company out here, Ammo, I think is what it's called. They have a 2K, I think, but they didn't have any in stock. So I just started looking around, and I found this SRS. So I ordered it. And then after I ordered it, I realized the company was in Australia. But to their credit, I got it here in California in under 2 weeks. And it was only $20 for a kit. Right, Jeff. Nail polish. You're basically using lacquer. That's what nail polish is. It's lacquer. Yeah, you can use acetone or lacquer thinner to cut um, nail polish. I know a lot of the guys that build the drag cars use nail polish because they can use it for like make like candy colors and things like that with it. Oh, cool. Thanks, Rob. I'm gonna check it out then. Right, Jack. Very fast. Like I said, I ordered it and it was less than 2 weeks later I had it. When I saw the invoice, I thought, oh dang it, I ordered this stuff from Australia. It's gonna be a month before I see it. Nope, it got here in like 12 days. Fast. So I don't know what they did, but they were on it. And the shipping wasn't ridiculous either. Like I said, the kit was only $20 and I think I paid it was under 30 with shipping. So and the kit, there's enough paint in there to paint 20 cars probably at least. Oh, good, Mark. I'm glad. That makes you feel good. Hello, Timothy. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Hang on a second, Rob. Let me go get this kit, and I'll show it to you what I got. Okay, well now I know why you probably never heard of it because I'm stupid. It's called SMS, Scale Modeler Supply. There it is, right there. Michael, what's up, brother? Thanks for popping in. And yeah, it's a whole kit. It's 2-to-1, so you get 2 bottles of clear, 1 bottle of catalyst, and 1 bottle of reducer. And that reducer will probably last me 100 years. You only need a couple of drops, if any, depending on the temperature. But I highly recommend this stuff, man. Like I said, if you're going to use it, though, invest in a good respirator. Because me personally, I think it smells good. It smells like candy, but it's highly bad for you. You know what? It is kind of, Rob, expensive, but not really. I mean, that kit was $20. To me, that's the cost of 2 spray cans over here. 2 spray cans of crappy lacquer, or even worse, crappy enamel. And this is going to paint a hell of a lot more cars than 2 spray cans. Well, technically, Rob, the right mask would be a supplied air respirator, but not too many people have that or can even have access to that. Wow, that's pretty good. What does 35 pounds average out to? About 40 bucks, or is it less? Less than American. Yeah, the pink filters will work if you use a 3M respirator. 40 bucks. Okay, so 40 bucks for 1.5 liters. That's a lot. A lot of material for a good price is what I mean. But for us, and I mean, this is engineered just for models. So like, I wouldn't want to go do a blow in on my car with it, but it's engineered just for models. It does take a while to dry. You have to be ready to wait because it's got to cure. But once it's cured, it's hard as nails. The cool thing is you can color sand it and polish it, or what I was really thinking about doing was color sanding and re-clearing. That would be fantastic. Yeah, that's probably about what this is too. I don't know what does it say here. I have let me read the sheet what the dry time is on this stuff. Dust free 30 minutes, tack free 12 hours, fully hardened 24 hours. Can be polished and buffed after 24 hours. So, not too bad. Yeah, and enamel does take, but even enamel, the thing I don't like about enamel is it's reversible. So, in other words, you spray a car with enamel, it's dry to the touch, everything seems good. You put it in a box and send it off to a proxy. And when it gets there, the goddamn bubble wrap is stuck to the car because it got hot somewhere along the line and the enamel re-wetted itself and everything stuck to it. You won't have that problem with the 2K. Yeah, Timothy, true. I'm not too worried about lap times though on a hot rod. How's that, Jack? Yes, Mark, with an airbrush. It does. I do use an airbrush, as I'm sure I know Rob does, and I'm sure most guys do. I also use with this I probably wouldn't. I might try it. I have a very small my touch-up gun, my Iwata little jam gun that I use for a lot of stuff. I bet you that would lay this down. I would also use a lot more material. Yeah. Well, this is cool. It turned into a helpful stream today. That's good. I'm glad. Anything else you guys want to do? See, hear, talk about? Like I say, I was just farting around with this car today and it led to this. Oh man, I'm never gonna live that down now, am I, Bo? Yeah, you're gonna do your first scratch build pretty quick, Daihi. I'm gonna make damn sure of that. You and Sasha are gonna build a car. What do you mean you have no clue, Jack? Come on, you build models, you paint, don't you? Yes, Rob, that's the one I was trying to think of. Barbados Rex. You're right. He does some really cool stuff. A lot of really neat information about how to paint, especially figures and things like that. I've watched that channel quite a bit. There's no courage involved, Jack. Just dive in. I'm going to send you a couple of bodies, and you're going to be able to practice and get stuff going. Yes, I agree, Rob. Everybody should sub to him. He does amazing stuff. Hey, thanks, Daihi. The flag looks pretty good, huh? No way, Timothy. Not doing that again. Nope. Sorry. Last time we launched one to the floor, I can't. My left hand doesn't do much. There's no way. I love you, man, but no. What do you hear rumors about, Jack? Oh well, I believe me, Jack. I'm putting together some stuff for you. Michael's got some stuff coming. So yeah, you're gonna have plenty to do. I'm sure you did, Timothy. Yeah, it does. My left hand, I can't. There's no way I can't do it. Yeah, you're right, Mark. I'm glad. I'm glad that you got involved and glad you started doing stuff. Looking forward because I'm going to Harry's in July. George is going to meet me there, and we are going to help Harry run that race. So I look forward to running everybody's cars. Jack. Yeah, this thing runs fantastic. Like I said, it just you just don't know sometimes. Threw together a car out of a box of shit, and it's running great. 0.5. Why are you having trouble with that, Rob? You just can't get one over there? Oh wow. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I've always had good luck with Iwata, but I know there are better ones out there now. A lot of times I just take the damn cap off, Rob. I run it without the cap. Yeah, it's going to be fun, Jack. It's going to be my yearly trip. I take a trip to Harry's at least once a year, usually in the summer, and I help them with the race. Last year was the first time I'd been in quite a few years, but it's going to be a yearly event again, just like it always used to be. Watch some of the other boys there from the board. Steve Stone will be there. Brian from Minnesota will be there. I'm sure most of the Chicago boys will be there. It's going to be fun. And George is the master of photography, so I'm sure we'll get lots of live streams and videos out of it, just like he did when he was there last year. I don't know about that, Jack. For what, Timothy? For hey, nobody's home. Thanks for popping in. Break-ins for just any motor or new cars in general. I personally don't break cars in. I break my cars in on the track. I make sure everything's oiled nicely, and I just run them. The more laps you put on it, the better they get. And I know a lot of guys who are heavy into racing, club racing and stuff like that. They break their motors in. If Marty's still on there, maybe he'll chime in. I think Marty might break some of his stuff in, but for me, nah, I don't. What are you soldering with, Jack? Are you soldering with a torch or are you soldering with an iron? Man, I bet Sasha could drift the crap out of this car. Yeah, right, Timothy. I mean, don't get me wrong. The more you run it, the better it runs. But you know, it's again, I think it's personal preference. Hey, Raul, thanks for popping in, man. Yeah, I don't. The only thing that has a fan on it, Rob, would have to have an air cap with air horns. That's really going to get a fan. Otherwise, you're just going to get a circular pattern like you do with an airbrush. But there's an airbrush, that one that George has. You might look at one of George's videos. He shows that he's got the airbrush with an air cap with air horns on it. Oh, okay. So you're looking for an airbrush with the air cap, with the air horns. Okay. I'm almost positive he bought his through Amazon, Rob. So you might want to check there. Yeah, no kidding. Nobody's home. Sasha does not fool around. Check on Amazon, Rob. When we get done here, I will look and see. I'll ask George and I'll find out what he got. And there's also another guy on the Home Racing World. His name is Lee Wright. Lee Wright is a fantastic painter, and he uses one with the air horns as well. And so I will get you that information. Yeah, see, if you're right, Rob, the good ones work, or the bad ones will blow the middle out of the fan. I totally understand that. And I've had that problem, you know, when I was actually painting real cars for a living. You know, it's hard to find the right stuff. But I will find that. So when we're done here, I will find that link for you, and I'll message it to you. Quite impressed with this junky jalopy. No, Jack, it is a 34 Victoria. It's a sedan. Let me see here. You see it, Jack? Sorry for my shitty lighting. So yeah, it's a Victoria sedan. I feel your pain, Jack. I just turned 60 a week or so ago. Thanks, nobody's home. Appreciate that. Just another one of my goofy creations. Oh my God. Now you got me playing that song in my head, Rob. Yes, I do, Jack. I do need crash barriers because honestly, I hold back a little bit when I'm doing this because on this end of the track it's not so bad other than hitting the wall, of course. But on that end of the track, there's a tile floor right there, and yeah, it doesn't like cars hitting it too much. So yeah, you're right, I do. But you know, it's already a pain in the ass to set this up every time I want to play. So you know, eventually I'll be back in a house again and with my own room, and I'll have a permanent track set up. And but until then, this is my kingdom. Oh, thanks, somebody's home. You'll be 62 in May, so I'm right behind you. You know what, Michael? You're funny you say that. My wife has a ton of blankets over there that she uses on the couch when she's watching TV at night. I've been think I should pile a couple of them down here on the floor just to keep this cars from getting beat up. Hey, we're all about the same age. You're not much older than us, Jack. Bunch of old farts. We're in the 60 club. Very cool. Look at you, Timothy. See? You're right there with us, too. That's right. Nobody's home. How didn't you hurt yourself? Said I didn't hurt myself. It's just part of getting old. That's right. There you go, Jack. That's it. Yep. I saw something funny on Facebook the other day. Somebody made this. It was a funny deal. It said something to the effect of, "I see people my age climbing mountains, riding bikes, doing all this fun stuff, and here I am, just thankful I didn't fall on my ass in the morning, putting my underwear on." Ooh, care to tell us what you're building, Rob? Which kit? Yeah, I agree with you right there, Jeff. That's absolutely true. Yep. I think I'm gonna go back to the rocket here. the bloody mulligan. God damn it, that thing's hard to pull on too. I'm warning everybody right now, this car is probably going to go straight to the top of the leaderboard. Once I dialed in on driving. Yeah, I had a lot of track when I was a kid too, Timothy. I have a lot more now, though. I have well over 100 feet of this Revell stuff. I can't wait to have a spot big enough to put it up. It's going to get better here in a little bit. My daughter went off to college in January, so currently she still comes home, for summers and things like that. So, but after this summer, I'm pretty sure she's probably not going to be coming home to stay too much. So my son is going to inherit her bedroom, which is bigger, and then I'm going to take over my son's bedroom and turn it into my stock car room. So I'll be setting up a permanent track there. Then I'll have a better place. So you guys don't have to look at my wife's, kitchen decorations and whatnot. It'll be man room. Yes, total freedom, Timothy, yes. Yes, Dave is a teenager compared to all of us. Oh, you run Revell too, Jack? Somehow I think I knew that. Oh, don't you worry. When I move into that other room, that's kind of why I haven't done this, because I know that eventually when I'm going in there and I'm gonna get things a little more permanent. I'm gonna have it's gonna be a studio just for doing this stuff. My content will become more regular. I'll probably do a more regular live stream once a week or something, and things will be a lot better. Right now, it's very impromptu. It's the way it has to be. I set this stuff up and I have to take it down before everybody gets home so I can make dinner and everybody has a place to eat. So. Thanks for coming in, Rob. Appreciate it. Have fun shopping, man. I'm probably gonna wrap it up here pretty quick too. It's it's lunchtime. Time to get some food in my gut. Man, this thing's a rocket. What do you mean by regulated, Timothy? You mean as in variable power supply? If that is your question, yes, because then you can adjust it to make your cars run better. I mean, what is this? Carrera tracks, I think, are like 14 volts and 18 volts for the bigger ones, for the 125th scale or 124th scale cars. Yeah, it's too hot, at least in my opinion. But this track is set at 10 volts. Yes, Jack, it's about 7 feet long. The table's not quite 3 feet wide. And with both the leaves open, I think it's 7 feet. And the track is hanging off of each end. Yeah, Timothy, I have regulated power supply. And I can turn it up, I can turn it down, I have it set at 10. It seems to be the happy spot for this track. Of course, the track's, like you say, it's only 7 feet long. So, you know, much more voltage and the cars become a little bit more harder to control. And I don't need to be, especially other people's cars, I don't want to launch them off onto the tire top. That's true also, Michael. That's okay, like the original Revell power supply for these tracks, I believe is unregulated. And you are absolutely right. If one car leaves the track, the other one becomes a missile. It instantly speeds up. Yep, you're absolutely right, Michael. This power supply I bought this one on eBay, but you can get the same power supplies on Amazon. I think I paid $35 for this power supply. Man, that thing moves. Jack. Yes, Bo. It's the same thing. You know, you're running more than one car and one comes off on an unregulated power supply, the other car is going to speed up considerably. Yeah, like I said, Michael, I paid like $35 for this one. And it's 0 to 16 volts. And it's 5 amps. It's plenty. The one on Amazon is now 60. Even at $60 it's cheap. Actually, those ones that Harry uses on the track, I think George has them as well. They use them for their tire tours and all that kind of stuff. It's just a little black box that you can get them on Amazon for I think $20, $25. Those work fine for a small 2-lane track. They work fine. And I think they're from 0 to 16 or 18 volts or something like that, and I think they're 5 amp. They're plenty. There you go, 30 volt with a 10 amp. Yeah, that's all anybody will ever need. More than you ever need. Hey, Dougie, you still there? I'm going to run the TTS for you. I actually think this car could use a hotter motor. That's it, you know. There, I went straight to the tile. Nope, you didn't see that, did you, Dai? You didn't see that. Holy moly. Well, look at that. I would say that these are pretty sturdy cars. That thing just hit the tile. It didn't even lose a mirror. No mirrors. It still has the crappy windshield wipers, and the deck lid didn't fly off. Man, grill's still attached. Pretty stout. Can survive me. Yeah, I would have to agree with that, Dai. That thing is very weak. See, you jinxed me, Timothy. That's why it went off the track. It did pass the fly-off test, Jeff. It didn't break. And that's not the first time it's been on the floor. I mean, it feels like it's got like maybe a 15 or 18K motor in it. It's just pokey. It's not listed on the outside. I wonder if it's listed inside. Let's get her open and see. Surgery, autopsy. We're gonna do an alien autopsy on the TTS car. I want to see what this motor is. If it even says. Oh yeah, okay. It's only there's only 19K motor in these things. Yeah, fixing a broken post on a car. Yeah, you're probably yeah. I believe, is it SCC? Do they have a broken post repair kit? You can buy posts. I think they do. But yeah, epoxy is the best way to go. Like hot glue or super glue it, so you know right, so it's right in the spot you want it. But super glue will never hold it. So something like JB Weld or 5-minute epoxy or something like that is what you really need. Very true, Michael. Very, very true. Probably what, 600 cc's originally. But yeah, this thing needs more oomph. Maybe I should put a Predator in it. That's what I think I'm going to do too. I think I'm going to put a Predator in it. Ooh, thank you, Jeff. Yes, I'm sure that they did. Yep, I think I'm going to put a bigger motor in this thing. Then it'll really crash when it hits the floor. Got to give these guys credit. These cars are beautiful. I don't understand what the universal joint is for in the rear axle. Do you know, Daihi? Why do they do that? Has anybody not seen the inside of one of these cars? The rear axle has a universal joint right in the middle of it. And not to make the wheels go up and down or anything. It doesn't, I don't understand why it needs it there. A straight axle would be just fine. Did you hear me that time, Daihi? Why is there a universal joint in the middle of the rear axle? You are Mr. BRN. No, you cannot, Michael. Well, no, that's not true. I think they make different axle blocks. So I don't know. You might be able to put some camber in it, although I don't know why you'd want to. It wouldn't be very good on the gears. Well, there he is. Dave, how's it going, man? You just missed me. You just missed me crashing my Fiat to the floor. Put it back together so Dave can see her run. Get back in there, you little bugger. I like the design of these things. Daihi. I like the design of these cars because the whole middle part of the chassis floats. It's not like some of the Rivastock cars where the front is connected to the body and the back is connected to the pod. I find that curious. But this right here, this is the way I like this. I agree with that, Dave. I don't understand why you would want to put rear camber, especially rear. I mean, with an angle winder car, if you get camber in there, you're going to really screw up your gear mesh. Yeah, for the front, fine, but for the back, on an angle winder car or a sidewinder car, it's not. Yeah, I'm afraid you would screw up your gear mesh. Of course, I could be wrong. But I'm Irish, so I'm probably not wrong. According to Daihi. There you go, Dave. TTS. Yeah. How about it? Such a good handling little car. Yeah, Michael, it is. And I think it's because I tightened the body up a little bit. Well, that's why I'm glad you're here, Daihi and Dave, because I don't know diddly squat about the BRM cars. I know even not much more about the TTS. The only reason I know is because I have one. But it's weird, that U joint. But it doesn't affect handling. It works great. I'd be curious how it would work better, if it would work any better with a straight axle. I might have to experiment. Yeah, I tightened up the body, Michael. That's why it's quieter. Like I said, this car, it's different from the Revos or the Revos that I've seen that where it's the front is connected to the body, but the back is not. So you don't have to mess with the screws to make float. The pod, it's got a pod. I tell you what, too, it could use more brakes. I mean, just for my taste. I had the brakes turned all the way on. I guess it's not too bad. I had to get I just got the size of the car, not inertia. Yeah, you're right, Jack. I do need to do that more. That's what I say. I need to get a better, more dedicated place. It's very hard for me to do it over there on my little desk. But you're right. I need to do some more how-to stuff, and I promise that I will. Yeah, I'm pretty much a single lane racer myself, Timothy. I don't. There's nobody around here that wants to race slot cars with me. So my son's vaguely interested in it, and I can get him to sit down with me once in a while. But other than that, I run these by myself for most of the time. I get my racing in when I go to Harry's house. Yeah, that's pretty much that's when I get to race. So yeah, and I don't have a problem with that. I like running my cars by myself, running them for time. Works for me. I'm not a fan of digital. Not a fan of magnets. But that's just because I'm old and set in my ways. But yeah, I just like to run my cars, and I switch them from lane to lane. I know I'm always on the inner lane when you guys are seeing me here, but it's kind of by a design here because on the outer lane with no border, with no catch fence, they want to sometimes lose a car, and I just don't like doing that, especially somebody else's car. It's why I'm not the guy to go to for any real tuning advice on ready to run cars because I don't race them, so I don't really like tune them like to the nth degree like Marty does or George or uh, any of the guys, John Albright. Those guys are super tuners and they really know what they're doing. When I go back, to Harry's to race, we're racing 99% of what we're running is our scratch built stuff. So I don't really have the expertise in tuning these cars like the other guys do. Guys like Harry can take these cars and tune them with their eyes closed in their sleep and have a class winning car. I'm just not that guy. Exactly, Jack. That's what I do. My strength is my scratch building. Well, fellas, I'm getting hungry. Time for lunch. Yep, you're right, Donald. Yeah, just what you like, you know. Excuse me. Yeah, a lot of people like the digital, and it's fun. I'm sure. I've never actually tried it, so um, I'm sure it's a blast. I'm just like I said, I'm just old and set in my ways. I like the old stuff, the analog. The whole world's gone bloody digital. I think a little analog is good and healthy. So, oh damn, sorry guys. Hey Fred, thank you for being here, buddy. Yep, I'm gonna go eat some lunch, guys. So, thank you all for coming and spending your Thursday afternoon with me as usual. Appreciate it, and probably the next day or two. Sorry, dry throat. In the next day or two, I'll do another live stream to run Mark's car live for time. So keep on the lookout for that, and I'll let you know when it's coming. We'll have a little excitement. So thanks, fellas. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys all later.